I think that one of the unique things about the BGAV is the perspective that it sort of holds with the centrality of the gospel, but with a certain measure of freedom among the churches that are part of our association. And this is one of the reasons why I feel like people are drawn to this, even if they aren't from Virginia. And of course, in some ways, this is nothing new, because actually, as Virginia Baptists, we have churches in 7 different states. We hadn't had one in Florida, so this is our first. And I think it represents really sort of the robust mission and vision that we have as an association of churches that doesn't just see our mission field here as the Commonwealth, but really sees it as the nation and as the world.
Some estimates, Miami is the second least churched city in America. In some accounts, it's the first. So I think there's a great need. And not only that, and there are some wonderful churches in Miami. We have some good friends doing some great stuff there. But there's a need for alternative churches as well. And our church meets in a place, it's sort of in the middle, the intersection of 3 narratives colliding together. The location of it it's brilliant. We meet in an old Methodist church on US 1, which is, it's kind of, I think it's a very central place. It's next to the University of Miami. So you have all these young, predominantly wealthy kids coming from all over the nation, but a lot from Miami. Then you have a kind of a poor African-American historical community that's been there for decades and decades. And then there is a growing middle-class Latino community. They're all kind of colliding. So our community is about 45% Latin, or a little bit higher, and about 45% white. It's about 10% black or African-American. So I think trying to express all of that and to have folks, we have 19 nations represented in our little community right now. So giving the floor and the opportunity to folks to express themselves. I mean, worship looks really different because you got all these kind of cultures coming together. It sounds like we might be trying to woo young people with a cool name like Rhythm. We ended up choosing it because there's no other single word that better describes what we're trying to do and be as a community, to live in a common rhythm. So as a collective body, to sort of have a rule of life or a rhythm of life that is this back and forth motion between worshiping life and a serving life, and that we constantly are communicating and trying to live in a way that speaks of grace. So not even just by mere word, but we do that plenty, preaching about grace, but also showing grace, trying to live as a community in graceful and grace-filled ways. Virginia Baptists could be praying for us about our leadership as we have more folks. We really believe in this deeply Baptist idea of the priesthood of all believers and want to share leadership. And there are thousands of people that are looking for rhythm and need rhythm that don't know rhythm exists. If you can pray that that connection happens,